As you know, Boris Johnson, who used to be my favorite politician to make fun of, had resigned recently, and Liz Truss is now the Prime Minister of England. Truss has very different ideas and values than her predecessor. She is very conservative and she is pro-capitalism. Truss is also a big believer in what is known as trickle-down theory. For those of you who don't know what trickle-down theory is, or for those dumbocrats watching this show, trickle-down theory is the most logical financial theory ever thought of, and it simply says the obvious. If companies who hire people to work for them are doing well, they can afford to pay their employees more and hire more employees. Opponents to trickle-down theory just say it just treats those, rich, greedy business owners with privilege. Let me get this straight for those who still have rocks in their head. When large companies do well, the economy does well, always and without fail. So that now that we have that straight, in an effort to help companies do well, conservative capital leaders often create tax breaks for companies. What does a tax break do exactly? Well, it lets a company, if a company pays less taxes, it can use that extra money to grow. When a business grows, what does that mean to the economy? Simply, it means that they will need more people to run the company. Many of the anti-capitalist leaders have destroyed more economies by increasing taxes on companies. It causes these companies to contract and then causes unemployment and dependency on the government for the citizens of the country. If you need a reference for how trickle-down theory really works and what happens when businesses close or contract, you only have to look back 2 years to see what happened during the scamdemic. When businesses were forced to close by the dictator leaders, millions sought unemployment. It was a handout from the government. If the businesses could do business, so the employees could not do business, I should say, so the employees will let go. That, my friend, is trickle-down theory as well. When businesses are hurting, the economy is also hurting. For those who are too young to remember, there was another great president of this country. It was Ronald Reagan, who in the 80s had the term Reaganomics used for his policies of boosting the economy and boosting the trickle-down. He actually decided to give tax cuts and tax incentives to businesses to try to get us out of then what was one of the worst recessions ever. I was just out of high school when I learned of the idea of tax cuts and tax incentives when I applied for a sales job. The owner of the company said he was expanding his staff only because of a specific tax break given to companies who hired people during that time. If I remember correctly, for every dollar he paid to an employee, he got a tax break of 50 cents on every dollar. Now, don't quote me on that, but it was the impression he gave me. Now, getting back to England and the new Prime Minister, Liz Truss, Truss is a fan of Reaganomics and is a bigger fan of trickle-down theory. She is intending on giving tax breaks to large corporations to help restart the economy that is crashing over there. But wait, here's what this story is leading up to. Well, our sort of President Biden is mocking her on Twitter. He actually tweeted this as a response to her policies. I am sick and tired of trickle-down economics. It has never worked. We're building on an economy from the bottom and the middle up. That was his tweet. Clearly, he does not believe in trickle-down economics. He obviously believes in trickle-up economics. He gets his 10% as the big guy. Hey, brain-dead Biden, do you know why the economy did so well before you wrecked it? It was because of the tax cuts that Trump implemented. When he lowered taxes, companies had incentives to hire more people and manufacture more goods here in the United States. You have effectively destroyed this economy with your middle-out economics. And by the way, what the heck is middle-out economics anyway? Oh, I know what it is. Is inflation middle-out economics? Because if that's all you have to give us so far, it's obvious that must be what it is. So Liz Truss, who plans to bring her economy back from the brink of liberal leaders of the past, is being schooled by Joe Biden. I wonder if she's even stopped laughing yet. Oh, by the way, Liz, I often teach people to do the exact opposite of what losers are doing. So whatever Biden does, do the opposite and your country will thrive.